Today's posting is sponsored in part by patrons Beely V, Bo, Beefcake, Boxy, Bradley Taylor, Kobe Rush, Crow T Robot, Emperor Tromidlov Drolmai, Karma 5003, Phelan, Silky Wilkie, Talamar Von Geist, and last but not least, Troper's 10 Different Identities. Thank you all very much, and enjoy the show. Mike Tyson, we can't make this deck better. Okay, so Leonardo da Vinci. 5 mana until end of turn. You can buff everything so that hopefully at some point the Thopter player lets us all out of the game. For 3 mana, draw, discard. You can make a token copy of the thing you discard, except it's a Thopter artifact creature with flying. I'm sure there's no way for that to be problematic. I'm sure the artifact players can be responsible with this type of power. Oh, so you're a child. Okay. I understand that there is an argument for it's gonna let me win the game with Leonardo da Vinci's hand. This is dragons are cool. At all times, Ancient Silver Dragon is holy shit, dragons rip. Brain Surge is great. Coastal Piracy is fucking great. I mean, honestly, if you're doing it with 0/2 Thopters, you deserve it. Yeah, man, I've gotten to resolve this card once, and I still have scars from what they did to me after that. So I hope, I hope they're a little nicer to you. Distant Melody is clever here. So, I mean, Kindred Discovery is... You can only be so clever when you're putting all of the Kindred staples in. Nexus of Becoming. My commander, but again, and a little bit better. Does this make a... Oh, wow. One with the machine is very fucked up. Somebody's finally playing Palantir of Orthanc, because even though it's very difficult to find a theme that it fits in with, it's just so good. And speaking of cards that are so good and completely lack a theme, big opener, the EDH Rex sponsorship logo just flying onto this deck right now. How I stopped getting invited. Motherfuckers need to have their spells countered, alright? I won't apologize for this. Maybe not this many times. Unsubstantiate's just rude. You paying 2 mana not even to counterspell somebody, just to say, not yet. Okay, yeah, you're good on Skull Clamp, you little son of a bitch. You are a fucking mosquito farm. This is just a Floridian swamp. This is not a research study. This is not Leonardo da Vinci's lab. This is 3 miles south of a gator farm with some raw meat hanging off of a tree. That's what this bullshit is. Oh, Meteor Golems. Absolutely awful with all these copiers you have. Copiers, Platinum Angel. What if I just hung out for a while, guys? Hey, kick back. What if I didn't give a shit about anything you did to me? If you want to get nasty with it, I would say Intruder Alarm, because when you combine Intruder Alarm with your Leonardo triggers, then you can start to really do some funny stuff. When you have card draw on your commander and you're in mono blue, I don't think you have to break from your theme to find card draw. Thirst for Knowledge would be good for you. Like, this is just in here as, oh, I'm playing artifacts, so I have to play Unwinding Clock. Like, that's your Elon Musk Neuralink activating. You want to hit him with the Thop. This is the Thop master right here. No hint of irony. Graz would be so good for you. All my Thopters are immediately 5/3s. Who cares if they have to attack? I think the thing that I dislike about this deck is that it doesn't seem to present hands until it is ready to immediately win the game. This should be your Rhystic Study. Like, if you're gonna have a thing that doesn't have a goddamn anything to do with playing Thopters, at least make it something that's splashy and fucked up. Like, Leonardo built a portal to the fucking endless realities. So overall, I think this is functional. I just don't yet believe. I'm not feeling Thop till they drop. I'm feeling I'm an artifact player and I want my friends to not return my calls. Welcome to the family. Have you met the Kingpins? Say hello. Alright, so it's a Rafine deck. Okay, so we want this to be Reanimator. And we are apparently building it from a bulk box. Clean money. A $13 3-color land base. My god, there's no way this works. 18 basics? You poor simpleton. You're so screwed. Dirty money. Alright, we'll be cutting this. It looks like we're playing this for the draw 2 cards a turn synergy. And I don't think each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life is good enough. And I think same goes for Keza. I think this is like, we're trying to kill people with 1,000 cuts, and we want to kill them with the Cityscape Leveler that we played for 1 mana. We're talking about you're working on your jump shot, you need to be working on your Rasengan. This is the Arby's dumpster pick that I think is clever for this deck because you will have counters because you're conniving. I am not down with Psychosis Crawler because I don't think you're ever going to hold that many cards in your hand. I think we want them all into the graveyard. This part is great. We're definitely going to hit at least one of these, especially when we're conniving. This feels like credit card debt for a Gucci handbag to me. I think the only text on this that matters is I spend 9 mana to put a 1/1 counter on a creature every time I draw a card. And at that point, I think you would rather just drop this immediately. It could just be hentai. If the secret is out at your table and they hate you, I get it. This does seem like a trauma response. This seems like you've been bullied one too many times and you're just like, you're pre-wetting your underwear when instead you could play just a good card. Pretty much all of these are just moderately heavy stacks pieces rather than game-winning threats. If you want this to be a reanimator deck, in my mind what that means is I am digging up a body, I am playing Weekend at Bernie's with it, except it is made entirely out of C4. And we're gonna go to what would I never be able to afford without a small loan of $1 million. We're looking at Craterhoof mana and up. When you get this back, motherfuckers are going to be angry. All of these cards say, hey, if you don't do anything about this, you're gonna have a very bad time playing Magic the Gathering, but you're still gonna be able to play Magic the Gathering. We want cards that say, hey, I'm gonna kill you now. It That Betrays is some absolutely shit. Oh, hey yo, what the is this? You want this thing. Ulamog the Defiler would also work for you because he would enter with 0 counters, but you could connive counters onto him. This is, I think, as close to the nut draw as we could possibly get. And most of what it does is tax people for existing. And I don't think that is particularly within the spirit of what a reanimator deck wants to do. I think you want to like play something where people go, holy f***, how am I gonna deal with that? This is just, hey, let's hang out a little bit. Some shit, like most of what you're reanimating, I feel like you present a far more aggressive commander damage threat than you do a reanimator threat. If you wanted to like be about your f***ing business and murder people, Skittles is a good reanimation target for that. Umbris Mill. Oh, combo and graveyard hate Umbris. Okay, so we have more mill. We have more mill. We have more mill. If I see a god Thassa's Oracle, you motherfucker. I refuse to activate my mill strategy, and I will instead demonic consult for my Thassa's Oracle. Ulamog! Oh, you know what? Exile mill. My fault, goat. Not f***ing this one, though! Okay, we have Big Booty Mill. We have I Like Big Butts. And I Cannot Lie. Do we have fucking Dark Depths in here? I swear to God, if I see, I can smell it. What the hell is this guy here for? Why on earth do we have Library of Lang? This is a trauma response. Okay, we have a prime example of CEDH brain sickness here. It is hard for me to reconcile the idea of I have a mind over matter Library of Lang combo, and also I have a 1/1 that will merely take 27 combats to win the game if he's unblocked. This is 2 different decks that I'm staring at right now. Because this would be incredibly funny in a depowered Umbris deck. In this deck, it is just A+B win the game. It is just, I am taking advantage of the poor sons of bitches who were templating in the 1990s, and I am going to win the game off of it. And then also we have Mutated Cultist. I think you're trying to do too many things. We have too many A+B or A+B+C combos, and it's preventing anything from shining. And so I would just make, this is $3,000. I would just make a Umbris CEDH deck, and then I would make an Umbris deck that has a true theme or gimmick beyond this is an Umbris deck, because right now we've got, this is like it's a word cloud of everything that appears in Umbris, and then also everything that appears on DimirCombos.Gov. And that leaves you in a place where I can't feel very much personality from this deck, and it kind of feels scattered in the playtesting, which is bad all over. I think you need one deck where Archive Trap is a playable card, and then you need another deck that is doing this, like, this is where I'm doing Technomancer plus Phyrexian Metamorph plus Umbris equals I bounce infinitely equals you die, haha, piss and shit about it. I think you should break those two out, because this feels like a deck that was meant to be as powerful as possible, and then you held yourself back in certain ways. And I would rather see two different decks, one where you did not hold back at all, and then another where you really held back. And I think you'll just have a better time playing that way.